stepping into the new chapter of the Bluez Shift live and direct, coming to you from Jack Berry Studios here in beautiful Westchester. Special guest tonight is Mudbone, Butch Mudbone. Glad to have you down here again up at KXLU on the Bluez Shift last week. And last week, just kind of met down on the boardwalk in Venice.
Yeah.
Kind of keeping things busy, keeping busy while putting the band together, eh?
Yeah, gotta keep it happening, keep chops up and everything. You know, the only way to, if you're gonna play, you got to play every day. And you got to work at it. It's a job. I mean, you know, you live at it and you work at it. Blues is more than just a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have to stay up all night, and sometimes you got to travel someplace to do a $50 gig, and it costs you gas money, and by the time you get back, you got $10 to eat on to the next one.
All angles.
Yeah, it gets coming and going.
So you're living in Venice now. You're from where originally?
All City, Pennsylvania.
And then you spent quite a bit of time down in New Orleans as well.
New Orleans been more of a home to me than anywhere else. Beside of Venice, I came out here to try to get a record deal, but it never happened. So I'm thinking about going back to New Orleans pretty soon, but I don't know yet.
So what's it like down there? I've never been there personally, but there's all kinds of music happening down
everywhere. Every street. You can walk down Bourbon Street, and as you walk in, you know, you hear country music in this club, and you know, and then you go to the next one, you got jazz coming out of this side, and you go to the next one, you got funk, you know, and next one you got some blues, and then of course Dixieland jazz is everywhere, and so every street corner have a different feeling. You know, they got junkanoo music, which comes out of the Caribbean, and then they got second line style of music, and everybody mixes and matches. Whoever the band leader is. If it's a blues cat, then the bass player would be playing jazz one night, be playing blues the next night.
Get a taste of everything.
Yeah, everybody. It's a lot of sitting in, a lot of sidemen, a lot of switching around, and the kind of catch-all is like the Dixieland jazz. A lot of those people seem to kind of gravitate together a lot. But they do a lot of different kinds of shows and stuff.
So the way you're playing right now, just solo with your guitar and your harmonica, that is it's kind of a very traditional style of blues, but does it seem like this particular style of blues is kind of like a dying art form?
I don't believe that. I mean, you can say anything. I read an article in the paper today about synthesizers taking over the music industry because they can take a sound of a guitar and put it on a tape and put it in a chip and then put it in a synthesizer. And they say also that they can take the sound of violins and 12 different kinds of horn sections, and these guys that know how to operate these machines very well can get anything from a back corner sound to a full symphony sound. Well, that may be true, but see, the human element is the thing that's missing.
You're going to have robots operating those machines.
Sure, you know, every TV show you listen to have background music, and half of it's done by synthesizers. And you know, of course, the people in the unions and industry and everything are complaining about it. The musicians are, because they out of work, and there's a dozen people that's doing all the programs because they're all programmed in the computers. Well, live music will never die as far as I'm concerned.
So how long have you been playing a guitar?
About 22 years or 23.
So who are your original influences?
Beside Robert Johnson and Muddy Waters and Bo Diddley and T-Bone Walker and Chuck Berry and I listened to all of them. I got into Leadbelly quite a bit, but then I spent a lot of time. I spent time with Babe Stovall in New Orleans and Furry Lewis in Memphis and Uncle Bill out here on the beach, and I've had an awful lot of influences around the country. I traveled a lot, and I was in Chicago, I learned some stuff up there, and when I was in New York I learned some stuff there, and when I was in Memphis I learned some stuff there.
A piece from here and there. Everybody who gets their hands on the blues, and every generation seems to have their own influences, that their own special touch.
Some of my favorites, like in the electric style of blues, Freddie and Albert King, of course B.B. King. You know, you can't deny somebody like that. And then you have the more the older country blues stylists. You got people like Bukka White well, Furry Lewis, he was the same, and John Hurt, and Sleepy John Estes and Hammy Nixon, and I had the pleasure to meet a few of them people.
So how'd you get teamed up with Furry Lewis?
I went up to Memphis. I went up to Mississippi and stopped some towns and played around up there. And when I got up there, somebody had told me that he lived on Mosby Street. And so I went down to this record store and I said, anybody down here know where Furry Lewis lived at? And they said, yeah, he lives around the corner on 811 Mosby. So I went over there and he opened up the door and he was real friendly. I had my then wife, my ex-wife, and he said, come on in. And if you're hungry, there's a refrigerator, and if you're sleepy, there's a bed. And of course, we brought him some Hiram Walker 10 High, that's what he liked to drink, and some Pall Mall cigarettes, and we just hung out with him, and he was a great old gentleman. He was real nice to us, and we played. He taught, in fact, I'll do one of the songs he taught me if you want.
But you also mentioned you got Uncle Bill Crawford. He's going to be making a special appearance with you today, so why don't we just hand things over to you now and let you start taking it away.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Mudbone here on the Bluez Shift.
Down to Brownville, take that right-hand road. Well, I'm going down to Brownville, take that right-hand road. My baby's door. The woman I'm loving, she got great long curly hair. Woman I'm loving, she got great long curly hair. They don't want me there. Let me play it for you, baby. Tell you about my baby, Lord, she stayed out all night long. Shouldn't do that to me, baby. Well, I'll tell you about my baby, Lord, she stayed out all night long. Morning come. Thank you. I guess I'll do one more on this guitar.
Home, you can't sleep at night. You grab your telephone, call it everywhere in sight. That's evil, evil going on. I'm warning you, brother, something going on wrong. Call your lady on the telephone. She answers you long and slow. You catch the first thing smoking. Tell your lady to hold the phone. I'm warning you, brother, something going on wrong. To your front door, you run around the back, take all your best friend, leave it like a V8 Cadillac. That's evil, evil going on. I'm warning you, brother, something going on wrong. Home, you can't sleep at all. You notice some of the mutinies kicking in your stall. That's evil, evil going on. I'm warning you, brother, something going on wrong.
It's true.